You're watching the NIT. It is time for first round action from Reno, Nevada. It's a matchup between the Murray State Racers and the Wolfpack of Nevada from Lawler Event Center in Reno. The winner of this game will take on Liberty on Saturday or Sunday in the second round. Liberty pulling the upset against George Mason yesterday. Hello everybody, Derek Jones and John Williams with you. And John, these two teams getting an opportunity to play on in March. They're both excited for the NIT.
Well, this is what makes March so maddening. This could be your last game. There's a finality to it, and because of that, we're able to see players leave it all out there on the floor, give everything they have, and put their best foot forward. So it's going to make for a great game tonight.
No question, and both teams come in with high-powered offenses, and you take a look at some of the key figures. First for Murray State, it's Fred King.
Yeah, Fred King is their foundational anchor. He is 6'9", 265 pounds. He is a beast down there in the interior. He gets offensive rebounds, putbacks, gets to the free throw line, block shots. He's going to be needed and necessary in tonight's game.
And then Corey Camper for the Wolfpack. He can be an explosive scorer.
Oh yeah, he is a gifted, multifaceted guard. He can score at all three levels. The offense runs through him, and through that, it gets the rest of his teammates involved where he can facilitate as well.
A pair of all Mountain West first teamers. A look at Steve Alford. 722 career wins, 10th among active head coaches. We caught up with him earlier today. Very excited for his team to have the opportunity to play. And then on the other side, it's Ryan Miller in his first season as the head coach of Murray State. He preached one thing throughout our discussion with him: defense. He wants more of it from his team.
Yeah, that's one thing that Murray State has struggled with this season, is being able to defend at an efficient, consistent clip.
We'll see the Murray State offense first. Javon Jackson puts in the three-pointer. He is somebody who can light it up for this Murray State team.
Well, he could have easily been one of our players to watch. I mean, the guy's averaging 16 points, 42% from the field. I mean, high volume guy. The ball is normally in his hands.
Tayshawn Comer starts it up on the other end for the Wolfpack. Tenor, Jackson, Miller, King, and Doman, the five for the Racers, as King puts it in off the glass.
As you see King shaking his head, talking to his bench, saying there's too little down there. This barbecue chicken, sir.
A quick start for Murray State. They lead it by 3. Vaughn Weems misses the 3. King, who leads the team in rebounding, grabbing the carom. Jackson down the floor. Missed the shot attempt wildly on the run out. The Wolfpack. Weems inside, had it knocked away, lost it. Down the floor for Jackson. Underneath the rim, ball fake. Wants to get rid of it, now he does. Tenor floater is good.
Yeah, that's one thing. If you are Nevada, you do not want to get into a track meet with Murray State. They're one of the fastest teams in the nation when it comes to pace. You want to play in the half court, make them have to work on defense and get high efficient shots.
Caleb Lowry knocks down the 3 to cut down the deficit.
That's a big one from Lowry, especially understanding what Nevada has to do. They've got to slow it down. You do not want to run with Murray State. Make this a half-court game.
Murray State, 20-12 this year. Started the season 16-3 before hitting a skid the rest of the way. Here's Weems. Murray State coming into this game with the #1 offense in the Missouri Valley Conference, but the defense suspect, but not suspect to start this game.
Well, they ran some good offense, but the difference was Fred King stayed down in the paint. A lot of players, teams in the MVC did a really good job against King and bringing him outside that free throw line, making him have to work, putting him in foul trouble. If Fred King plays close to the basket, he's going to have a field day in the paint.
The floater by Doman missed. Comer trying to create, misses. Back and forth, fast start to this one. Jackson losing the grip. The run out for Weems. Throws it down.
We talked about pace. The thing about Nevada is they don't mind playing in the half court, but what they are is a team that is opportunistic in the open floor. If it's given, they will take it.
Lobbed inside for King. King tried to go glass again. This time misses the mark. Price off balance, puts it in nonetheless.
And that's going to be the matchup. Elijah Price versus Fred King. Price is more of a finesse big. He will play with physicality, but can drive from the perimeter. There he had a stampede drive. Used that full head of steam to get by King.
King shows the range and then blows a kiss to the crowd.
He lets them know, I spread the floor too, coach. That's one thing Coach Miller does is he doesn't just work on post work with his post guys. They do a lot of pick and pop actions, so they're not just handcuffed to one way of playing.
That stopped a 7-0 run by the Wolfpack. Under 10 to shoot. Comer will pull, missing. Tenor with a rebound, doesn't have the numbers. Weaving through the defense. Tenor tried to get a step, cut off. And then that ball fired out of bounds. Doman could not collect. Back and forth play early on, John.
Yeah, back and forth. You see here, Weems with the open floor opportunity with the statement dunk. King knocking down the big time three. What a game we had.
Entering this game, we know that Murray State can score the basketball. They were tops throughout the Missouri Valley Conference in several categories. They averaged 83 points per game. This is excellent. The question is, can they get the stops? Because if they can get the stops, they're hard to stop.
Well, Coach Miller talked about it all the time. I mean, he's not worried about their offense. They've got the depth. They can draw fouls. They can play inside out. It is about getting those collective stops on the defensive end, guaranteeing yourself to win games.
Substitutions made by Ryan Miller. Lane Taylor among them. Inside going baseline. The drive and the layup for Vaughn Weems.
Yeah, Vaughn Weems attacking that zone. Murray State threw at him.
The three missed by Taylor. The Wolfpack on the move. Tyler Rollison into the mix for Nevada. Step back from Weems. No good. The rebound ripped away by Joel Armo trading.
You see the difference with Fred King out of the game. Offensive rebounds and opportunities to get more chances at the basket for Nevada.
Armo trading with the offensive board and the stick back. 3-point lead for the Wolfpack.
And you see how huge of an impact Fred King is out there. Armo trading, coming in and imposing his physical will in the interior.
Jackson knocks down the three-pointer. You cannot give him room. That evens it up.
Let me tell you, that man can score the ball. And that's the thing. You don't want to trade baskets with the Murray State. You got a Javon Jackson out there that can really shoot the three. He gets to the basket. He draws fouls. He's tough to deal with.
Elijah Price a little long on the jumper. The rebound collected by Braden Shorter. Taylor, wraparound pass outside Shorter, three, no good. Rollison surveying the defense. And that's going to be a foul against Doman. For the 6th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. That should be an exceptional tournament. First four action beginning this evening and rolling on tomorrow. Chuck Bailey trying to find some room to create. Bailey launches. No good on the jumper. The loose ball battle will be won by the Wolfpack. They'll get possession of the basketball.
Yeah, in these last couple of minutes, we have seen Nevada start to dominate the interior, giving themselves multiple opportunities to get themselves into an offensive rhythm.
And it looks like
Rolling on the floor is Nevada's ball.
We'll have a challenge.
Missouri State. Missouri State head coach has likely a challenge.
Indeed, it will be a challenge here made by Murray State.
Yeah, there is a possibility that it went off of Murray State, but you can also see where the argument could be.
So if Murray State is not successful with this challenge, they will lose a timeout. And this is early on to go into a challenge. Let's get a...
They're trying to see if after it went off of Shorter, did it go off of Peyton White's leg? That's where the argument lies. And I don't know if there's enough definitive proof to overturn the call.
So the original call was Wolfpack basketball. It looks like we'll have a decision rendered.
After review, the ball last hit off number 17, Nevada. Therefore, will be Missouri State's ball. Missouri State will not be charged a timeout and will retain their right to challenge one more time during their frequency of the game.
Just to be clear,
there's a lot of games being played.
He meant Murray State. So Murray State.
It's a lot of games, brother.
Yes. It's a long season.
Long season.
13 all after the challenge won by Murray State. And the foul picked up here by Chuck Bailey. That'll be the first against Bailey. Jackson looking to toss in. Does so to Taylor.
Great keep.
Taylor gets the roll on the three. So Taylor caught the iron, but caught the bottom of the net.
Yeah, Taylor did a great job of keeping on that DHO. He drew 2 defenders, making a tough three.
Armo trading. Setting up. Trying to blast through, and that's an offensive foul. Armo trading physical right there. He went right through Mason Miller.
Yeah, he saw Mason Miller, 6'8", 190 pounds, and thought, oh yeah, this is going to be a good meal here. But Miller, being smart, understanding that Armo trading is going to try to use his size, his physicality to his advantage, drew that foul.
Jackson had the ball stripped away. Bailey, good feed inside to White, who puts it in.
That's what Bailey brings. He's such a spark plug off the bench. When he gets in the open floor, he makes a lot of positive things happen.
Miller has to get rid of it. Jackson spins into trouble. Outside, Weiss steps into a long one and connects. Brock Weiss connecting from downtown.
I saw big Brock Weiss working on that pick and pop action over and over again in shoot around earlier today. He was ready for that shot.
That's one of the subplots in this game as White answers on the other end with a three. What happens when Fred King of Murray State is not on the floor?
Right.
Miller short on the three. The rebound grabbed by Weiss, and Weiss is fouled. A 19-18 lead in first round action of the NIT for Murray State. More in a moment. It's a family affair tonight for the Neal family. On the right is Nevada Associate Head Coach Craig Neal, and he is opposing on the left his son, Cullen Neal, who is an assistant coach with Murray State. This is the first time they have coached against each other, and what a dynamic this is here tonight.
It's a hard situation, mainly because it's Cullen's birthday today as well. I mean, but think about the kitchen table bragging rights. Is Dad going to let me finally get a hold of the grill? All those things are huge, huge. And so you got to think about it. Either way, it's going to make for great NIT basketball. We've been talking about, did NIT know this? Did they know?
Craig Neal played his college ball at Georgia Tech in the 80s and is now a key member of this staff for Steve Alford, and he brings so much wisdom and knowledge, but going against his son, it's either you're out or I'm out of the NIT tonight.
Absolutely. It was cool to see Cullen's kids come in and hug their grandfather. They were excited to see him.
Tyler Rollison nails one from downtown. The lead back to the Wolfpack. Doman, the feed outside for Jackson. His three is an air ball. Kept alive, though. Jackson able to get to it. Jackson leaning in. Off the glass, too strong. Rollison on the move. Down the floor for Bailey. Midway point, half one. Rollison, floater, catches iron, and Weiss throws it away.
Yeah, Rollison understanding how to use that ball screen, coming off that screen and then knocking down a big-time three. That was necessary, especially in this close of a game.
One of the big challenges for Murray State is getting out here. The turnaround time pretty tight from the announcement of the NIT field on Sunday.
Right.
Murray State actually got here a couple of days ago to get used to the altitude.
Yeah, one of the things Coach Miller talked about was the fact that the guys were having a little bit of trouble breathing.
That ball will stay with the Wolfpack.
Let me tell you, Derek, how tough it was walking up these stadium steps to get outside early today. I was breathing extremely hard.
Murray, Kentucky is where you can find the Murray State Racers out of the Missouri Valley Conference. School enrollment of over 10,000, making their first NIT appearance since 2015. 2 to shoot for Price. Price fading away from King, missed the shot, the rebound taken by Doman.
Yeah, and that's a strategic move there where they're trying to use Price to go at King, get him in foul trouble since he is prone to foul, but King's doing a really good job of playing with verticality, keeping his hands up and making Price have to take a tough shot.
Look at the steam here, picked up by Doman. He is flying down the floor.
You wouldn't think he's 6'9" out there, but the guy really has some wheels on him.
So Roman Doman able to draw the foul against Peyton White. That's the first on White as Murray State attempts to regain the lead. First round action of the NIT. The winner gets Liberty. Doman fading away from the rim and gets that shot to fall.
Yeah, Doman, you can definitely tell that he has that Euro flair to his game. He is shifty. He knows how to get to his spots. No matter what the pace and speed is, he is really good at getting to the basket as well as drawing fouls.
Weems turning around against Shorter, puts it in. Very good pace in this first half. Back and forth play throughout. Shorter eyeing up a three. Can't get it. King right there with a follow.
Yeah, I saw Price over here at the three-point line. I knew that if King was down there alone, he was going to get that offensive rebound.
Wide open is White. He misses the three. Weems nearly had the rebound. Instead, it's controlled by the Racers. Doman trying to clear it out. Lost the ball. Tipped around and stolen. Camper. His runner is up and in.
Yeah, listen, I know that was a fast break, but Doman has to get up and get back on defense. In that situation, he was more looking for a foul there, where he's got to get back.
Shorter. Looked like he wanted to go in shooting mode there for a moment.
That's what he was brought on this team to do, hunt for his shots. Made a ton of threes at the D2 realm last year.
King catching it right in front of the rim, an easy two for the All-Missouri Valley Conference first teamer.
Yeah, there's no answer for him down there right now. I mean, unless you put two bigs down there, it's tough to deal with.
Easy money for Corey Camper on the other end.
Yeah, that motion that Nevada runs gives him the opportunity to choose between a single or a double screen. He curls hard and sees if he can get himself an open look in that mid-range area.
Weems thought about loading up, instead throws it inside, and it's lost out of bounds. It will stay with the Wolfpack.
Of course, our players to watch. You see Camper getting there to the lane for a teardrop floater, and the response from Fred King.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship continues tomorrow on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. For tournament game times and networks, go to ncaa.com. What a great start it has been to the NCAA tournament on the men's side in the first four. Wins by Prairie View A&M, Texas with a last-minute win, and Howard as well. Camper missed the shot, got it back, got the bucket.
That's what Corey Camp Jr. does. I mean, he puts so much pressure on the paint with his ability to get downhill. That time, he was able to just get an offensive rebound.
Tenor gets inside and drops it in.
Tenor is so fast. I mean, great pace changer for Murray State.
Tenor has 4 for Murray State. Armo trading against King. This is a fun matchup right here. Armo trading, gets the better of it.
Armo trading, getting to his pivots there, understanding that King is a load down there. If you can't move him, you better shoot over him and make the shot.
Armo trading, who is out of London, England, giving his team a 3-point lead. Jackson tries to tie it, and he does.
That's a bad man.
Javon Jackson up to 9.
Yeah, he does not need much space.
Comer gets it back from Camper. His jumper rattles out, tipped around, taken by Doman. Doman trying to get through the defense. Attacks, misses the layup. King tried to tip it back in, he missed it. Oh, that pass nearly wide of Weems. He's able to maintain possession, and it led to a foul.
Yeah, that was quick decision making right there, but you saw there, Weems able to keep it alive, keep it from getting into a turnover there, but at the same time, those are those times where you have to take advantage because you have the numbers advantage. Fred King was tired on the other end of the floor. You have to use those opportunities as a fast break.
Camper trying to shed a defender. Can't connect on the jumper. The Racers back to it. Murray State losing to UIC in the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament as a 3 is in from Dylan Anderson.
That's the thing, there's so much depth on this Murray State team. Guys that can really score the ball from the post position as well. Dylan Anderson being that pick and pop floor spreader for Murray State.
Weems gets by Jackson, adds 2. Both teams getting up and down the floor in this first half. Both coaches talked to us about the concern of the other team getting to the free throw line. We haven't seen much of that.
Yeah, that's been an impressive thing to see because both these teams do a fantastic job of manipulating defenders.
Doman's 3 rattles out. Weems able to get to the loose ball. These are 2 of the more prolific free throw shooting teams in the nation. And thus far, it's only been 2 free throw attempts total in the contest. Comer fires it up and knocks it down.
That's what makes Comer so good. In a ball screen action, he can bring a big out, show him his ability to get to his mid-range jumper.
Tenor along the baseline, got some contact, and that leads us to a timeout. Anderson pouring in 3. The Racers down by 1 in the NIT. Derek Jones and John Williams back with you in Reno, Nevada. Speaking of which, Nevada, an enrollment of over 21,000 students out of the Mountain West Conference, 11 NCAA tournament appearances, making their first NIT appearance since 2012. And this is a program that has been used to getting to the NCAA tournament, now in the NIT. But Steve Alford talked to his team about the importance of this tournament as Murray State turns it over. He said there's a lot of history about this tournament. He played in it. His team eventually went on to win a national championship after they played in it. There are a lot of positive things that can come from being a part of the NIT, and he talked about that.
Listen, you know, my dad was a sports buff. He's a huge NIT fan. I played in the NIT as well. I remember I got that watch from the NIT. They give you those watches. I gave it to my dad, and it was just an awesome experience. And so right after that, our team ends up winning the conference championship. So it can help you to catapult your group in building that chemistry that you need, playing more together, and then understanding what you need to work on in the next year.
Elijah Price at the line after the foul applied to Dylan Anderson. His first is good. He has been a regular in the starting lineup for this Nevada team as Fred King makes his way back into the game. Anderson out.
This has been chess moves behind the scenes here. As far as whenever Nevada sees Fred King goes out, they run their offensive sets to be more imposing than attacking the basket. When he comes in, they run actions to try to drag him out, but he's not biting. The only way he will bite is if you force him to come out by making those shots.
2 from Price makes it a 3-point lead for the Wolfpack. Doman gets the ball, having trouble with it, throws it up, no good. And the battle won by Elijah Price, the leading rebounder this season for the Wolfpack. He's got it here, goes into King, and King holds his ground. Shorter, now Doman gets it to Jackson. Jackson launches a 3, that hits.
Jackson is on a heater.
His 4th three-pointer of this half. Weems going against Jackson. And that pass is intercepted. Ahead to Jackson, and it's off the hand of Jackson, out of bounds. Back over to the Wolfpack.
Yeah, look at this defense, the offense. King did a great job of playing with verticality there. Was able to get out in the open floor. Didn't get anything, but ran their offense for a high percentage shot from Jackson.
You go into these games in the NIT sometimes not knowing what to expect because of how these teams ended their conference tournament runs, but both of these teams engaged in this first half. Camper, he's got it.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot from Camper. You talked about him utilizing that motion. It's a read and react. How the defense is guarding me is how I'm going to come off the screen. Right there, got himself a high percentage 3.
King falling down, he walked.
Yeah, great establishment of the post there. Kind of felt like Price pulled the chair from under him and let him go down.
The turnover by King gives the basketball back to the Wolfpack, who enjoy the 3-point lead. And this 3-point lead is the largest of the game for Nevada. Outside to Walker. Under a minute left to go in the first half. And a foul off the drive by Price. And he goes into Fred King. So the foul picked up by King.
Yeah, that is the game plan. What you're seeing is Price continue to chisel at the brick wall until he can get some chips, and finally drew a foul there.
That's the first foul on King as Price misses the first. And this is what we were talking about earlier. The number of free throws per game. You take a look at this Nevada team, very prolific at the attempts and the makes, top 10 in both categories.
Their offense is circulated towards getting the ball to the middle of the floor. Then once they get to the middle of the floor, they do a great job playing with 2 feet, pump faking, get the defender up in the air, jumping into their body, drawing those fouls. So they know what they're doing in that regard, and so does Murray State.
Taylor trying to work inside to the paint, step back, fade away, no good. The rebound ripped down by Camper. Camper gets to the paint, hops in, flips it in nearly with the right hand, but somehow that fell out.
Every part of the basket right there.
Doman with 15 seconds left to go before halftime. Down to 8. Doman with 4. Doman spins, shakes free. King with the follow. Wow!
Way to end the half, big fella.
Fred King crashing and crushing down low.
And Doman does a good job drawing multiple defenders, leaving Fred King on the weak side to hammer that thing.
A 2-point game at halftime. The Wolfpack with a narrow lead in first round action in the NIT. A back and forth first half that saw both teams light it up from downtown at times, but it's the Wolfpack enjoying the narrow advantage in the NIT. Time coming to you from the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. It is a 41-39 lead for the Wolfpack. Derek Jones and John Williams with you. The NIT going on strong. First round action concluding tonight. It's been a very competitive round one of games so far.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. You definitely get the feel of survive in advance. People playing like their life's on the line, and it's been fun to watch so far.
No question about it. The winner of this game will get Liberty coming up on Saturday or Sunday. Liberty upset George Mason yesterday, and then at the top portion of the bracket, Auburn, the top seed, got the win over South Alabama. They will face Seattle on Saturday or Sunday, and then the winners of the second round game will meet in quarterfinal round action next week. Let's take a look at the Winston-Salem region. Wake Forest with the win tonight. Illinois State will take on Wake Forest on Saturday or Sunday. UNC Wilmington going to New Haven, Connecticut and defeating Yale in a tightly contested ball game. And then Dayton and Bradley currently locked up right now. It is Dayton enjoying the lead over Bradley. That game, by the way, is at Bradley, but Dayton showing once again to be strong on the road. And when you take a look at what these regions showcase here, John, there are a lot of talented teams playing obviously so far, and then of course later on tonight.
Yeah, all these teams, we talk about the parity, right, in the league, and this is a could-be situation. These are teams that could have been in the NCAA tournament. This is how strong this event is, and so it's been fun to watch, seeing these teams go at each other. I had a good time watching the Auburn versus South Alabama game. When I watched that, I was seeing South Alabama really put their best foot forward, really try to get in them guard. They had the lead for a second and found a way, Auburn did, to come out on top. So you can see that everybody wants to win in this bad boy.
New Mexico, hopefully on their end, getting through to take on George Washington. Meanwhile, in Tulsa, that region, Tulsa will take on UNLV, Wichita State, Oklahoma State. John, we had a chance to see Wichita State earlier on in the season.
Right.
That is a team that could be one of the more surprising teams in the NIT.
Yeah, they could definitely be dangerous. They've got a lot of players on their team that can shoot the ball, they can post up, they got size, they can do a little bit of everything. So it definitely makes for an interesting tournament, especially with those teams that maybe on that mid-major scale that could come out on top. Kind of like last year's team with Chattanooga.
Oh, no question, and that's one of the things with the NIT. You have in that first round sometimes the hangover of not being successful in your respective conference tournament. But then if you can just get through that first game, then that's when the momentum could potentially pick up.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get through that first game where you're getting everybody's first punch, then it becomes tactical. You're able to see more film on each other in this respective tournament and then be able to go at each other. But then you also have confidence on your side. You have momentum, hopefully some home court advantages going on too. And so it leads to a very competitive tournament thus far.
The Mocs of Chattanooga, the defending champions. There will be a new champion crowned this year. Maybe it's one of these two teams. The Wolfpack lead it by 2 at the half. First round of the NIT, Nevada and Murray State getting set for second half play in just a moment. Welcome back to Reno, Nevada. Derek Jones and John Williams with you. John, fun first half. Both teams able to get into their offensive flow at times.
It's been a frenetic pace, which is the level that both of these teams want to get into. They want to get out in the open floor. They want to get easy shots. The only thing is we haven't seen them really draw a lot of fouls like they're accustomed to, probably because both of these teams practice against each other at all times. So you're not going to be able to get there as easy.
The three-point shooting, a big factor in the first half for Murray State.
Yeah, Javon Jackson, 4 for 5 from 3, was able to step into his shot for confidence. And then you see Fred King giving the kiss of death from the three-point line. You've had a lot of players on this team really spread the floor. You also had Dylan Anderson in that nice little pick and pop action there, knocking down the three. So Murray State has been kept alive from the three-point line.
How about Vaughn Weems on the other end for the Wolfpack?
Yeah, he's been aggressive, fearless down there, in attack mode the entire first half, getting to the basket at will. It has been tough for a Murray State jersey to stay in front of him that first half. He is doing whatever it takes to keep his guys going and keep the momentum in Nevada's favor.
Vaughn Weems, a part of an active first half for the Wolfpack offense. Javon Jackson led Murray State with 12. Corey Camper got going. He had 9 for the three-point shooting. A big storyline in this game so far. We'll see if that continues in the second half. This is the opening round of the NIT. Welcome back to Reno, Nevada. It is 41-39 in favor of the Wolfpack. Derek Jones and John Williams with you for the start of second half action from Lawler Event Center in Reno. The winner gets Liberty in round 2 on Saturday or Sunday. This Nevada team has been very tough in Reno. They are 15-2 at home this season. They're also tough when they have the lead at halftime. They are 13-2 this season when they lead at half.
Yeah, this is a Nevada team that really knows how to win games, especially in the crunch time.
Good ball movement to Lowry. He misses the shot, but Camper's right there with a follow.
Camper is a big guard. At Jackson guarding him, he doesn't want to go down there with him, so he's going to use that to his advantage.
Murray State led by as many as 5 in the first half. Nevada led by as many as 4. Miller dribbled the ball off his leg. Whoa, what a shot by Roman Doman. Incredible, falling away and out of bounds. He somehow got that to drop in.
Yeah, that was next level right there. Honestly, I'm not surprised. He's one of those guys that can make tough shots look easy.
Camper on the other end with a much smaller degree of difficulty on that shot. Jackson, high arcing 3. That ricochets off the backboard.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that, but as good as he has been.
Coast to coast for Comer. And a timeout called by Murray State. The Wolfpack up by 6.
Yeah, I think that Murray State was shocked at that shot too. You see there, Comer taking it coast to coast, 94 feet all the way to the basket for an easy layup. My goodness.
Roman Doman, who was the Missouri Valley Conference Rookie of the Year with one of the great shots of the season right here, John.
Yeah, my first time looking at it, I had to think to myself, is that Larry Legend right there? And then I rubbed my eyes and took another look, man, and I noticed that he did not have the domineering mustache. That mustache that just intimidates all. So, but at the same time, this is as close as we're going to get right now.
An incredible shot by Doman. But his team right now needs a few more of those and some defense. They're down by 6. The lob for Doman. Hello.
That's definitely not Larry Legend.
No, he respectfully, he's got some more hops than Larry Legend.
Now, hold on now. Larry Legend was piping on some guys.
He was,
but they were sneak dunks. You're right. They were sneak dunks. It was like, there's no way he's going to catch me.
Doman inside, and he gets fouled. And every time Doman gets the basketball, he is in attack mode, John.
Absolutely. This guy does not know the word stop in this situation. He is going at the basket at will. Right there, you saw a great alley-oop play. Murray State able to utilize a weak side action and catches it above the rim.
77% on the year from the line as Doman gets the first. He also won the 6th Man of the Year in the Missouri Valley Conference as well. And you are seeing why. An explosive scorer averaging 14 points per game heading in.
That's the thing. He's not like any other freshman. I mean, this guy has been playing pro ball out in France for a couple of years now, so knows how to play with grown men. And you look at the NCAA landscape now, that is what this league is filled with. A lot of grown physical men that know how to compete.
Lowry outside to Camper, gets it back. Comer to the paint, the kick outside. Jumper from Lowry, that's good.
That is beautiful basketball from Nevada, really moving the ball from one side of the floor, making Murray State have to shift, getting penetrating pitches until they got the shot they wanted. Looked like Spurs basketball for a second.
The lead at 4, the pass taken away, intended for King. 3-on-1, the layup is no good, but free throws on the way for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, that's an errant turnover there for Murray State, really. Almost felt like they were passing it to Lowry there, but they were able to get out in the open floor, get something easy there, get to the free throw line, and also put one of Murray State's better scorers in Jackson, you know, give him a couple of fouls.
Weems at the line, able to knock down the first. The foul picked up by Jackson. As Weems tries for a second. Nevada coming in to the NIT off of a loss in the semifinal round of the Mountain West Conference tournament to Utah State. They lead it here by 6. Nearly intercepted on the pass intended for Mason Miller.
Yeah, this Nevada defense is extremely locked in, which is what Coach Alford demands out of his guys. The hybrid pack line defense, where it's not so much of a pack line where it's conservative, but they get out there, they pressure you, they force you outside of the paint. They put a lot of emphasis on making sure everybody rotates and has each other's backs.
Miller's 3, no good. Offensive rebound snagged by King. King throws it in. And 1 for Fred King. So King got some contact there. And he'll try to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, in that position there, Price was too far under the basket. Fred King really just playing bully ball down there, using his shoulders to create the space he needs to get that hook shot up.
A 61% shooter on the year from the free throw line. Tries to clean up the three-point play. He cannot. And it is saved by Camper. That ball deflected off of him, able to track it down. Price sets a screen for Comer, who tries a three. Got it.
And whenever you see Comer start to knock down that three, start to knock down that mid-range shot, that is when Nevada becomes extremely dangerous.
Jackson gets a step. His runner banks in.
Yeah, if you haven't ever seen Jackson play, he is, even though we've seen him knock down a handful of threes, 4 for 6 from 3, this guy can just score. It doesn't matter how.
That's his first two-point field goal of the night. King playing good defense against Price. Camper knocks down the elbow jumper.
That was a smart move from Price to bring the ball out, knowing that he was cornered by King. He did a really good job of bringing it out, setting a good screen for Camper. Camper knocks down the shot.
The missed three by Shorter. The rebound collected by the Wolfpack. Comer breaking through, misses a layup. King with a rebound.
Yeah, that's one of those possessions where you might want to drop that off to Lowry if you're off balance like that.
Tenner tried to sneak inside, missed a shot. Comer underneath, falling away, tipped and stolen by Tenner. Tenner nearly losing control, outside Shorter three, no good. Loose in the battle, won by the Wolfpack. John, that's a big missed opportunity by Murray State.
Yeah, and you see Coach Neal standing up on the sidelines as well, saying slow the pace down, slow the pace down. You do not want to go in the back and forth messiness against Murray State. They can thrive in that element.
A foul called against KJ Tenner as we catch a breather in Reno. It's a 7-point lead for the Wolfpack in the NIT. The NCAA Women's Tournament First Four continues tomorrow at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN2 and the ESPN app, with Samford squaring off against Southern University. Then Arizona State takes on Virginia. Southern, the SWAC champions. That could be a formidable matchup for Samford.
I'll tell you, we've seen Southern a few times, man. Their women's team is dynamic out there, very versatile. Every year they play, putting a lot of teams in conflict this year.
7-point lead for the Wolfpack. Weems is fouled by Jackson. Jackson wanted to tie up. Instead, he will get a foul.
You can see that play was set, especially out of the timeout, to go right at Jackson, knowing that he is one of the offensive staples for Murray State. Go right at him, into his chest, and draw the foul.
Steve Alford hoping his team can hold on to this 7-point lead. It's been steadily climbing here throughout the second half. And some of the defensive warts we've seen from Murray State heading into this game, and now tonight starting to pop up.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I mean, Murray State thrives at a chaotic pace. When other teams try to play at that pace, it's unstable for them. No one can play at that pace but Murray State. But if you play under control, then they don't get the turnovers they need. They don't get the open floor opportunities, and it makes their defense look bad.
Doman is fouled. Fans wanted a walk. They will not get it.
Did he just pull a Grayson Allen with the nice gather drag step? This guy watches a lot of NBA. You can see it. 1, 2. Yep. That's the Grayson Allen. I'm pinning that on Grayson.
Well, if you take a look at his jersey number, you talked about NBA influence. He wears 77 as a nod to his favorite NBA player, Luka Doncic.
He plays like him, and you can definitely tell that he has tried to mirror his game after Luka, one of the few guys wearing 77 out there, but understands how to manipulate defenders, plays with great pace, and also good footwork. He knows how to draw fouls, and if he doesn't get the foul, he knows how to work out some reps.
He's the first player in Murray State history to wear the number 77, and he gets 1 out of 2. The Racers nearly forcing a turnover. Lowry able to come out of the scramble. The lob up high for Armo Trading. Whoa! He was fouled. He'll go to the line.
I commend Dylan Anderson for going up there and trying his best out there. But I'm gonna tell you something. Armo Trading would have made that. Look at that. That's head at the rim, big dog. That's head at the rim. If he makes that, that's a da-na-na, da-na-na.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. That would have been a posterizing moment for Dylan Anderson.
That would have been treacherous.
That's a second foul on Anderson.
And they're saying no free throws?
Yes, they're saying side out. That is why the crowd here is booing. And I'd have to say I agree. I don't understand why this is not a trip to the free throw line. Camper, fadeaway, jumper.
Camper is in his mid-range bag. Right now, Murray State is allowing him to get to the middle of the floor out of his actions. And when he gets there at a comfortable pace, that is automatic.
Taylor to Anderson. He misses everything. Rushed it. Rollison outside. Lowry well off on the 3.
I could tell the way he fumbled that in his hands before the shot went off.
Jackson inside to Anderson. Anderson, no shot to get that one. Ryan Miller is going through it on the sideline, the first-year head coach of Murray State. Seeing opportunity after opportunity go away for his team.
There's just so much talent on that team, and At the end of the day, it's just about managing runs, dealing with rhythms, being able to respond properly. And they're struggling right now to handle this run.
2 more from Weems.
Now, mind you, playing in this arena with these types of fans, you understand why Nevada is 15-2.
Taylor misses the 3. The rebound ripped down by Camper. This is starting to spiral away from Murray State. Lowry misses again. That one looked better. Didn't get the result, though.
Yeah.
Taylor, Rainmaker. That is in.
That's what Taylor did. I mean, he got some good daylight on that shot. He's 5'10", so he has to work extremely hard for the space necessary to take that shot.
Nine-point lead for the Wolfpack. Weems misses the 3. Lowry offensive rebound. No look outside to Rollison to reset. Rollison trying to bump with Taylor, gets by him and scores.
Rollison is one of those sneaky guards that plays with a pace that can get you out of your way in spurts. He can go fast, he goes slow, he finishes.
And 1 for Roman Doman.
What a finish there.
What a run here by Nevada, John.
Look at this pace right here. Slows down, goes, gets to the basket, finishes with the inside hand. Beautiful finish from Rollison.
When you talk about Murray State basketball, one of the first names that leaps to mind is Ja Morant, John.
Yeah, that man was a human highlight at Murray State. Had me looking for Murray State games on ESPN just because of how big he was, how tough it was for teams to deal with him. And like I said before, I mean, he is way above board when it comes to bunnies. I enjoy watching a guy that can get off the earth, obviously.
He was a dynamic player in his 2 seasons at Murray State. Went on to become the 2nd overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft. former OVC Player of the Year, one of the all-time greats with Murray State. He also has some pretty good shoes as well. When Murray State went through their outstanding run to the College World Series, Dan Skirka, the head coach of Murray State baseball, was wearing Jaws.
Look at that.
During the run.
Yeah, Jaws a huge ambassador for Murray State, and you know, I always love, because that's the school that gave him the energy, gave him some love. I mean, because he was not recruited heavily. He was one of those guys that fell under the radar, and Murray State took a chance on him.
Rollison misses the 3. Murray State looking to move, down by 9, approaching the midway point of the second half. Still a long way to go to the finish line.
Let me tell you, you cannot rest on Murray State because of how well they can shoot the ball. Once they get into a rhythm, they are always going to be dangerous.
Doman no good on the 3. Camper collecting the rebound. Rollison probing, got rid of it. Into Armo trading. He has the advantage here, size-wise, puts it in, plus the foul. Greetings from London, England.
And Armo trading, imposing his will. He got to his spot, found a way to get around Vice, finishing at the basket with the contact. This is a very tough shot, especially when you don't have eyes on the basket.
Fred King set to report back into this game to help deal with Armo Trading, who's at the line. Armo Trading missed a good stretch of the season from right around Thanksgiving to February 3rd. He was out of action with an upper body injury. And he adds another dynamic off the bench for this Wolfpack team as he heads out after finishing off the 3-point play. The lead at 12.
Yeah, he played some fantastic minutes for Nevada. I mean, even though he's only averaging 5 points per game, 4 rebounds, he does so much for them that don't show up on the stat sheet. His presence in the paint area can also shots.
Jackson's jumper off the mark. Rollison wanted to create, got rid of it. Bailey blows by Miller, swatted by King. King, the team leader in block shots, gets one there. Doman does not have the numbers. He lost the ball.
Great hustle from Camper Jr.
Into White. White against Jackson. Tried to squeeze the pass inside. Price kicks it out. They reset with 11 to shoot. Rollison just flings it up and in.
See, I like the shift. Rollison he's not winning sprints on Nevada at all. When they run sprints, he doesn't win them. But when it comes to that pace, that change of pace, understanding that you have the advantage against your defender, that's what I love to see.
Tough miss by Jackson. Back to it, the Wolfpack. Corner 3, money. Chuck Bailey buries a 3 and a timeout called by Murray State. The wheels are coming off of the Racers. The save on one end, the 3 from Bailey out of the corner. 17-point lead for Nevada in round 1 of the NIT. If Nevada wins, they will get Liberty on either Saturday or Sunday. And the game that will be played here, Murray State, hoping that doesn't happen. But they've got to get to work here pretty quickly in the remaining 9:24.
It's been a handful of runs, just a collection of them for Nevada that have given them these slight spurts that have grown this lead now to 72-55. Murray State has not been able to respond to those runs. And this is what you see now. I mean, it's been tough for them to get any type of offensive circulation going. And part of that is because you can't go at a frenetic pace when you're not in a rhythm. Like, in order to go at that frenetic pace, you got to see the ball go in the basket a couple of times. And you got to trust your half-court offense and have some patience in it to see if you can get something going.
Under 9.5 left to go. Tenor. Now to Doman. Doman chucks it up and in. Another spectacular finish by Roman Doman.
That man knows how to draw a foul, man. I tell you what. He knows how to draw a foul. I mean, he is a wily vet out there. Talk about him being a blast from the past. He knows what to do. As soon as he felt the bump, he went up for the shot, knowing that he could get the foul. That's why he took that behind the basket shot earlier. Whenever he feels contact, he's going up.
Misses the free throw. King battling for the loose ball, and it will go back to Nevada. He is, when he gets the ball, thinking about scoring all the time, it appears. And that can be a positive and a negative on both sides, but he has had just some absolutely amazing finishes near the rim.
Yeah, I mean, he is a guy that loves to get downhill, and he has the ability to shift you.
Murray State is utilizing a challenge. They did that real early on in the game. They'll try it again here. And this is important because if they are wrong, they are out of timeouts with 9:05 left to go. Not ideal if this goes against them.
Yeah, it is not ideal. And the thing is that you have the ability with 9:05. Anything can happen in a basketball game, especially when you are a team that can spread the floor from 3 and has that capability. You're a team that plays at a high pace, so you can get yourself back in it quickly. So when you have those situations, you got to bring your guys in for rest, and you also got to change up strategies and schemes.
After review, ball's out of bounds off of Nevada, player number 1. Missouri State wins the challenge with their ball 20 seconds on the shot clock. That is Missouri State's second challenge in the game. They are unable to challenge the rest of the duration of the game. They, however, will not lose the timeout.
So Murray State is now out of challenges. However, since they won that challenge, they will be able to keep their timeout. But again, just one timeout left with 9 minutes left to go in this game.
Yeah, and I think that's a good gamble for Coach Miller, understanding that possessions are going to matter, and you don't want to have that challenge later on, especially when you need some points in the basket now.
Lane Taylor getting the bucket, and Ryan Miller wants his team to come up with some stops here in the final 8:40.
Yeah, he is really trying to challenge his guys to defend the ball. Right now they're in their 2-3 zone, really just trying to protect the paint.
White, right-handed shot, missed it.
That's the stop they were looking for.
Doman with a crossover. He'll go back to the free throw line.
Foul drawing machine. The guy knows how to absorb contact, understands the right timing to go as soon as he absorbs the hit.
Back back to the free throw line. Doman goes after drawing foul 2 against Elijah Price. First one is in from Doman. Doman has hit the 20-point barrier in 2 of his last 3 games. He's on his way to making it 3 of his last 4. Up to 14 points now.
And that's the thing when you play against Murray State. He thrives in the open floor when he doesn't have to go against half-court defense. When he does, now there's help in the gaps, and it's tougher for him to get to his spots. So if Murray State can continue to get stops, get out in the open floor before Nevada gets set, and see if they can get him going with a head of steam, that is going to be their best bet to get the shot, the clock stopped, as well as get a high percentage shot.
Over 5,000 fans in attendance tonight, hoping that the Wolfpack can get a win as Vaughn Weems.
English, math, and science, sir. Beautiful finish on the basket.
He gets 2. Taylor misses the 3. It rims out. Price gets position for the rebound. Comer. Now Price squaring off against King. Ball deflected by Doman. Nearly saved, and now it will go back to Nevada. Shorter could not stay with that. Vaughn Weems, yet again, able to create and score inside for the Wolfpack. This April, Indianapolis will be the center of the college basketball world. The NIT semifinals and championship game taking place. Meanwhile, the Division I, II, and III national championships will all be decided in Indianapolis for what should be a spectacular run from April 2nd through the national championship game on the Division I side on April 6th. That is an incredible slate of basketball in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Indianapolis is the mecca of college basketball so far. And like I said, it makes a lot of sense to consolidate everything so you can have fans that may get to see a team that they have never seen before.
Well, one guy who knows a thing or two about the state of Indiana is Steve Alford, the former Hoosier, a national champion with Indiana, hoping his team can make it all the way to Indianapolis. King cannot save it. Comer with a basketball. Camper three, missed it. Doman trying to push. Jackson finds a seam, and he gets fouled. Steve Alford has taken 5 different teams to the NCAA tournament: Missouri State, Iowa, New Mexico, UCLA, and of course the Nevada Wolfpack. Fran McCaffrey from Penn becoming the latest head coach to take 5 different teams to the NCAA tournament. His Quakers able to win the Ivy League tournament, and there's the list right there. Alfred, Kruger, Patino, Smith, and McCaffrey, the 5 who have done it.
Yeah, all those names are culture carriers, guys that know how to establish a culture that wins on a consistent basis throughout the years, and they know the formula in order to go dance in an NCAA tournament. That's why you see what you see now.
Weems left all alone, drills one from deep. He has struggled to find that shot as of late from downtown. He was 0 for 7 over the last couple of games from 3 heading in. Doman denied at the rim. Lowry inside, and that's a turnover.
Those are those situations where Lowry has to keep, but see here, Nevada being methodical at moving the ball down the arc, and Weems being the benefactor at the corner for that 3.
Shoots 40% on the year from 3, but just hasn't been able to find the stroke as of late. Found it there. Shorter. He drills one from downtown.
That's a big 3 for Shorter. Shorter came in as the guy that was supposed to be one of the floor spreaders coming off the bench for Murray State. He's going to have to find it.
Weems. Now the shot clock to 10 for Weems. Camper trying to get by Shorter. Turns around, misses the jumper. Weems with a rebound and a reset for the Wolfpack.
And that's the disadvantage of playing that 2-3 zone. If you're Murray State, there are going to be some opportunities to get offensive rebounds because you're guarding a zone, not a person.
Camper misses a 3. Good looking play. Had everything but the close. Taylor thought about shooting the 3, instead goes inside to King, and the ball knocked away from him. Camper inside, Lowry's open, puts it in, and the lead extends to 15.
Coach Alford is upset, looking for that foul because Lowry took a lot of contact on that layup.
Jackson inside to King, turns and scores. Fred King, when he's able to get position that deep in the paint, is almost automatic, shooting 64% on the season heading into the game.
Yeah, playing that close to the basket, very tough to deal with, to guard with his size, his shoulders. There's nothing you can do.
Comer, now Price. He knocks it down. And a timeout called on the floor. The defensive woes continue for Murray State as they use their final timeout with 4:06 left to go. And the frustration is there for Ryan Miller and the Murray State Racers, who find themselves down by 15 in round 1 of the NIT. It's been another big night for Vaughn Weems, third straight game in double figures. John, he's at it again.
Well, he came into this game on a mission, getting to the basket, catching a rhythm. He was either getting downhill or drawing fouls. He went 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And what that did was that gave him the momentum to be able to start knocking down threes as well. So he has had a very complete game today.
And when you look at Weems in his game, his only weakness has been when he has tried to shoot from the outside. Those are his only misses tonight.
Well, I just remember when I was growing up and I had trouble shooting the three from time to time because I'd start the game shooting them. My dad would have me start close to the basket. It's a perfect recipe. Go to the basket, draw some fouls, get to the free throw line, watch it go in when it's leaving your hand, and then work your way out to the three. And that's exactly the formula that Weems followed today.
14th turnover committed by Murray State. Down by 15. The winner of this game will get Liberty in round 2 on Saturday or Sunday. And right now, it looks like it could very well be the Wolfpack. Comer to the rim. Missed a layup. The putback is no good as well by Weems. Tip. Weems got it. Put it in.
Everything working in Nevada's way. That time a loose ball battle. They wanted it more.
Taylor on the drive gets 2. The defense just has not been there on a steady basis. Early on for Murray State, they were getting stops, but as the game wore on, those stops went away. Camper.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Price with 2 hands.
Yeah, it's about Murray State being able to respond to the adversity, and the adversity is a run. Nevada went on a couple of runs, and you have to have something that you go back to get yourself back in that rhythm.
Jackson gets rejected. Lowry all the way.
Lowry plays with some physicality in that open floor. That was defense leading to offense for Nevada.
Nevada up to 44 points in the paint in this game. Doman, another tough finish for Ramad Doman.
I like that action. Very good seal from Weiss, and made it seem like it was inadvertent. He was just getting to his spot, kind of like a Gortat seal. Did a good job getting his teammate free for a layup.
Camper with under 2 minutes left to go in the game. Price gets a step, missed the layup, almost had it back, and it will stick with Nevada.
At the basket, loose ball, 50-50 ball. They never gave up on the play.
Weiss will head out. He gets a talking to from Ryan Miller as Comer takes a seat on the bench with 90 seconds left to go. Camper explodes to the rim, denied by King. Jackson, shorter, wide open for three, knocks it down.
Shorter gets that kind of time. That is a high percentage shot for him.
Price tried to take it to King, and King wins the battle. Out of bounds, back to Murray State. Amir Robinson into the game. Camper will sit. This is a Murray State team that basically turned over its whole roster in the first year with Ryan Miller.
Yeah, 15 new players on the roster. Very difficult to get yourself, and that's the thing, you can get talent, but that talent has to go through some adversity, and then they have to be consistent once they see that adversity. And so it's tough for all coaches in the NCAA.
Off the miss, Shorter dove for it. Could not save it. Back to the Wolfpack with 51.3 left to go. There will be better days for Murray State. They started 16-3 this year, despite all of that personnel change. They're able to really get going, but they will finish the season having lost really in a way that is frustrating, obviously, for Ryan Miller.
Well, I think it's so frustrating for Coach Miller is because he knows that this is a team that has enough talent to win their conference. And so when you underperform, of course, you're going to be a little frustrated in that regard.
Jackson lost the ball out of bounds. It's been that kind of night for Murray State, who will finish the season 4-10 in their last 14 games.
I feel him. I feel him.
They won 20 games, but they will not make it 21 in Nevada. The coaching staffs exchange handshakes. It is all over. The Wolfpack on to round 2 of the NIT. Nevada turns back Murray State 89-75. The Liberty Flames are up next for the Wolfpack this weekend. An impressive outing for Nevada in front of a loud crowd here tonight at Lawler Event Center. It will be Liberty and Nevada meeting in the second round. Auburn and Seattle on the top portion of the bracket. A sensational effort by the Wolfpack.
Yeah, great effort from the Wolfpack. I'm excited to see how they respond against that stingy pack line defense of Liberty, making it very difficult to get to the middle of the floor, which is something that Nevada likes to get. So it should be a contrast in styles, and it's going to be fun to watch.
It will be an exciting game this weekend on either Saturday or Sunday between Nevada and Liberty. What an atmosphere here tonight in Reno. Early on, it was a back-and-forth game, but in the second half, it was too much Wolfpack for Murray State. In the end, it's an 89-75 win for Nevada. They advanced to the second round of the NIT. For John Williams and our entire crew, I'm Derek Jones saying so long from Reno. The Wolfpack on top.